Well, what's going on, Miss K?
Oh,
You look so sad. You look so forlorn. What's going on?
I don't know. I'm just looking through my news feed, and my friend Kelisina, for example, she just has the most gorgeous boyfriend, and she just has the most amazing life. And my other friend, she goes on these amazing trips, and it just seems like I'm such a loser.
Oh, Ms. K, no.
I'm such a loser.
No, please don't say that. Oh. Does this sound familiar, or does it feel familiar? Today, what are we talking about, Ms. K?
Welcome to weekly, that I can never pronounce, Wellness with Ms. K and Dr. D. I'm Ms. Kinjorski, and I'm a licensed clinical social worker here in Indianapolis.
And I'm Dr. D, and I'm a licensed clinical psychologist in Indianapolis. And today we're talking about...
Well, basically social comparison.
Yes.
Particularly when it comes to how we use social media and how this can be, the pitfalls basically of social media.
Yes.
And what it can do to self-esteem.
Yes, absolutely.
And so that, as we all maybe many times a day use social media, it's just kind of a part of our lives now. Yes. And there are very positive things about this medium, and the fact that we have access to information, access to connections with people, job opportunities, connecting to people that we're not able to see very frequently, people around the world. I mean, people that we can't see, and there are so many benefits to how we are able to connect to other people.
You can see people from like elementary school. You can reconnect with them. You can find, like you said, new job opportunities.
I mean, things that we never had such ease in our lifetime before to have this kind of ease of obtaining information that can benefit us greatly potentially.
But so with all that good stuff, what's bad? What could possibly be bad?
What could be wrong?
What could be wrong with such a great opportunity to be able to reach out like that?
There are definitely pitfalls to social media, and many of us are already aware, even if we're not talking about it, but we know what happens potentially to our self-esteem and our feelings of self-worth when we start to compare ourselves. Chronically comparing ourselves, even before we may be consciously knowing that's what we're doing, by scrolling through and looking at the lives and the pictures of friends and coworkers,
and the children and the job and the new car, and the vacation,
and the diamond rings, and whatever. All of the pictures that people
post on media,
on Facebook, for example, and how that can start to be detrimental to our self-esteem, particularly if you're already, as we all do at some point in our lives, when you're struggling with how you feel about yourself, with your self-worth, how you look, what's going on in your life, your job situation. When you're kind of at that point where you're a little bit fragile, and we're all there at some point, and then you've got access to all of these.
Oh yes, so maybe you feel like
about other people.
Your job isn't as good. Maybe you feel like you're not making as much money as somebody that you went to school with, or they're much higher up in their profession than you are. Maybe you feel like you're not as healthy or not as dedicated, or oh, God forbid, you're not as good a parent. That's a huge one. There's people that really seem to live and breathe their children, and then if you don't feel like you're that as good a parent, it can really
because all
degrade how you feel about yourself.
Definitely, and all aspects, as we know, all aspects of people's lives are displayed. Relationships and money, vacations, and boyfriends, girlfriends, children. So all of these things present an opportunity for us to start comparing ourselves.
Yes. So that can be very detrimental to how you feel about yourself. And but there's ways of combating that, because I'm a big believer in social media. I think it's great.
Again, many positive aspects of it.
I don't have any discontent with it per se. However, I know that there are ways of mitigating your use of it that will help prevent you from feeling bad about yourself, because there's a lot of things to feel bad about in the world. You shouldn't have to feel bad about you, right?
No, and so there are ways to reap the benefits of social media while not having it take you down the rabbit hole of feeling terrible about yourself.
So we have 3 tips.
3 tips,
like usual. I like that. 3. Say that again. Do that again.
3 tips.
Yeah. We have 3 tips. So number 1 is comparison in perspective.
In perspective.
Number 2 is remember.
Very important.
That this is just an aspect. This is just an aspect of people's lives, right?
And people will
one-dimensional.
Show themselves in their best light,
right?
And yes.
And then
and number 3
is just shut it off.
Shut it off. Know when it's time to.
It's time to shut it. Yeah. Say yes to no.
Say yes to no.
Sometimes
say yes to no.
It's just
to
time
Facebook.
to shut it off and worry about you.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
3 tips. So comparison in perspective.
Numero uno. What does that mean, Ms. K?
So, we had talked about, like, if you are starting a business.
Yes.
And you have a friend, or you see that someone that you've known and someone from
connected
that you're connected with, one of your friends, has also done a similar type of thing, and has had some great success.
Yes.
In those moments, it is okay to gain some insight and some information from what they are doing.
Yes.
And so, learning from somebody that is doing something very similar to what you're doing.
Yes.
And you can take that information and give yourself possibilities for more success as well.
Right, because you're taking somebody who's kind of on the same level as you, right? And you are saying, "Oh, you know what? So-and-so is doing it a little bit better or a little differently. I want to learn how to do that."
Right. Then that's okay.
So I might Facebook you and say, "Hey, can I talk to you about this? Because the way you're doing it seems to be kind of how I think I should be doing it, and I need to know what I'm doing." Right.
As opposed to a situation where
if I have a business where I have maybe $500 to spend on
marketing and stuff like that. Yeah.
It is not a wise decision for me to then compare my little project here with a company that has $10,000.
No.
To market themselves. That's very different.
It is not an equal comparison, and you, of course, you're going to say, "Oh, you might have the urge to say, "Gosh, I'm such a loser. Look how great they're doing." But it's not even an equal comparison.
This is apples and oranges, or steak and oranges. I mean, it's very different.
Steak and oranges are significantly different.
That would be an awful, awful meal.
Gross.
Yeah.
Steak and oranges.
Citrus steak.
Oh,
good
puke.
God.
Anyway, so, not an even comparison.
Right.
And so that's not a realistic comparison.
No.
So, again, it's like finding something that is quite similar to what you're doing.
But a little bit better.
But a little bit better.
And saying, how do I learn?
Learning from that. Having this more realistic comparison that is in perspective.
Absolutely. Yes, I like that very much. So then number 2 is, what do we need to remember?
And this is the biggest thing. And I understand. And look, it's happened to me too. I understand how, you see certain I don't know, just choose any one of your friends that seem to have a really successful, amazing life. And you're just, bombarded by all this constant, and you start to think, "Oh, well, that's great." We have to remember that people are portraying themselves in their very best light.
Yes.
Okay?
For the most part.
For the most part.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at some of this information, and I have a very specific example of a couple that I am aware of on Facebook that is consistently posting, like, I mean, everything, it becomes funny after a while. Every picture is like the most amazing,
it's
like,
a love affair.
Oh, we're on this, oh, look what so-and-so just got me. And it's a picture of some ring or a diamond necklace or something. And look where we're going. Oh, and so-and-so he's going to take me on this vacation.
Yeah.
And then there's all these romantic shots of them all dressed up and done up.
Yeah.
And this has been going on for at least a year or so.
Yeah.
And then to find out from another acquaintance that who knows them much better, that the relationship is pretty much
it's not going well.
A shambles.
Yeah.
But this is a perfect example because that is a true story.
Yeah.
And we have to remember that this is very possible. You are not necessarily seeing the reality and all of the aspects of a person or a family's situation.
So think about it as being very much like your phone. Your phone is just flat, right? It's flat. There's not a lot to it. Okay, so that's very much what you're seeing when you get people's life story through Facebook, right?
Exactly.
Or through whatever social media you're using.
Right.
It is flat. It is just like, it's one-dimensional. There's just not a lot of meat to it.
And when you start to read into, like, or even just, believe how wonderful
this has got to be the way it is.
Yeah.
Just remember that very well may not be the case at all. Enjoy it for what it is, but for God's sake, give it the amount of belief that it deserves.
Right.
That this is just one side.
And this is one side. Yes,
right.
There's one side, and people are showing you their very best side and the most joyous things.
Yes.
And what else is going on, you have no idea. And so just remember.
Think about how you perceive people through social media, the same way you perceive your favorite movie star, right? So you may think, oh my gosh, I just love the characters this person plays. Oh, he's got to be just marvelous in real life. He's got to be the best husband or partner or
just what a fun
father
guy or girl or
whatever he is.
Yeah, just all around great person.
We have to look no further than the current sex abuse allegations in Hollywood to realize that presentation and reality can be so very, very different.
People will often put on a show.
So keep that in mind. I'm not saying that all your friends are phonies.
No, absolutely
far
not.
From it.
It's just keeping perspective on what you're seeing and remembering that you're not seeing everything.
Right. And the people are three-dimensional and your phone isn't.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Most important.
The number
3.
Number 3.
Shut it
off.
You have to pay attention to yourself and start to be aware when you can actually feel like, oh, I guess I'm kind of feeling kind of bad about myself. Wow, I don't have that job. I'm not dating anybody. Gosh, everybody's having so much fun and I'm not. I suck.
Yeah.
When you start feeling little hints of that, turn it off. This is something you have control over.
Yeah.
You can shut this down, turn off Facebook, take yourself off of Facebook.
Yeah.
You don't know for a while, temporarily, and you don't owe anyone any explanations as to where you went.
That is the truth. We survived before social media. We will survive after social media. You have the right to just shut it down without explaining it to anybody.
Know when to shut it off and start focusing back on you and your realities and the things that you want to do for yourself.
What brings you joy? What makes you happy? What things do you love to do? How do you take care of yourself? Just start focusing on how do you feel good about you versus how do you feel in comparison to others. Because ultimately, who do you wake up with in the morning? You, right? It doesn't matter who you're sleeping with. You wake up with you. It's you got to deal with in the morning.
Yes.
So you got to put your energy back into taking care of you and making you feel the best that you possibly can.
And one of those things that you can do and take control over is taking yourself off of the crazy Facebook for a while if you need to.
Yeah. Saying yes to no. You
say
can
yes
say
to no.
yes
it seems
to
like
no
every
Facebook
week
for a
we
while.
can say yes to no in some way. So say yes to no to Facebook.
Yeah. And that's just setting up a good boundary for yourself.
It really
honestly.
is. Yes.
That's all it is.
And those are some kind of concrete ways that we can start to manage keeping some perspective and kind of manage how we take in the information that we get, that are bombarded by in social media and Facebook, and not letting that,
color how we feel about ourselves.
Color how we feel about, and hinder, our growth and our continuing to feel good about ourselves and finding things that are good about ourselves and all of those things that are ultimately so much more important.
Right. Than the vacation that so-and-so went on.
Right. Where they probably,
I want to know, Ms. K, did this make you feel better? Because you looked terrible at the beginning of our show. I don't want to laugh at your misery, but you look just terrible. How are you going to use this, Ms. K? How are you going to use these tips to help you to feel better?
I guess that's kind of helped me.
Yeah.
It's helped me to feel like, I think what I need to do is shut it off and start thinking about who I am.
About who you are.
And all the good things that I bring to the world.
You do bring some wonderful things to the world.
So,
not to mention, not least of which is your peanut butter pie that I'm hoping will be brought to dinner perhaps tomorrow night.
Maybe. And you know what? Maybe I'll take a picture of it and I'll put it on Facebook.
Maybe you will. Maybe you will.
Look what I made.
Well, I get to taste it, so it doesn't matter to me.
Yes, I might make that.
Yum.
I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday weekend if Christmas is your holiday.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us this week.
Thank you.
And we'll be back next Thursday.
Yes.
And we appreciate, as always,
any
likes
or
shares.
Yeah.
Happy holidays to everybody.
Happy holidays, everyone. Thank you so much.
And look for my peanut butter pie picture. Bye.
Bye.